Munish, how big is this case according to the Enforcement Directorate? We are talking about fraud allegations, land grabbing allegations, money laundering, and that going, according to the ED, to the top door of the Gandhi family.
Well, Pooja, the Enforcement Directorate is conducting searches at the Young Indian Private Limited office, and the reason why they are conducting searches because they are probing a case under Prevention of Money Laundering Act, where the suspect number 1 is Sonia Gandhi, suspect number 2 is Rahul Gandhi. So, as far as the Enforcement Directorate is concerned, this is a very serious allegation against the Gandhis. Along with Gandhis, there are 5 Congress leaders who are also under scanner of the Enforcement Directorate because they are the office bearers of AJL and Young Indian Private Limited. Now, as far as the Enforcement Directorate and this case is concerned, what they are claiming that there are multiple irregularities which they are suspecting. The number 1 is the 90 crore rupees of loan which was given by the Congress party to Associated General Limited. At that point of time, the ED claimed that this loan by the Congress party to the AJL, the entity which publishes for National Herald. Now that entity received the money in a form of loan, but it was not reflected properly in the books of account of Congress party or AJL. Apart from that, Young Indian Private Limited is a company where Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi are 76% of major shareholders, but at the very same time, there are allegations that just after investment of 50 lakh rupees, they acquired properties of National Herald worth 2,000 crore rupees. Now this doesn't end here. The most important part is that ED is now claiming that they have got evidence to prove that there was hawala transactions involved, in this entire scheme of money laundering. Now this hawala transaction took place between the hawala operators of Kolkata and Mumbai, and it went to the entities linked to National Herald. So this is the concrete evidence which the ED is claiming at this point of time. It is also not convinced by the statement given by Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, where they said that Moti Lal Vora is the person who was taking care of all the financial transaction. He was a person,
Yes.
They are not aware of anything. But ED is not buying this theory. ED is also not buying this theory. Young Indian Private Limited is a charitable organization. That is why, no person can benefit actually, even if the company has 2,000 crore rupees. But these are allegations and cross allegations. At this point of time, ED claims they have concrete evidence in the case to prove there is a money laundering, and soon they will be taking a big action against suspects in the case.
So after 12 locations that have been searched, also Sonia Gandhi, who has been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate, are we looking at big action that could be taken? Munish Pandey has been tracking all the latest on that from the investigative agencies. And are we looking at possibly the confiscation or the seizing of these properties? These are the live visuals on your screen right now where the office has been sealed. But Mallikarjun Kharge, the leader of opposition Rajya Sabha, being summoned, questioned right now inside the building for over 5 hours now. So what is the National Herald case? Let me simplify for you one by one. Remember, it goes back several decades. It actually started in the 1930s when the Associated Journals was founded first. And that is when then it moved on where the controversies started to arise. Congress gives about 90 crore loan to the Associated Journals. It then goes on for the next few years. Young Indian Limited is set up in 2012. It was actually in 2008, that is when the National Herald newspaper had also been shut down, which was later relaunched. But it was Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, the allegations of holding 76% stake in the Young Indian Limited. Now the Congress assigns the AJL's 90 crore rupees loans to the Young Indian Limited. These are some of the allegations that have been cropping up again and again against the Gandhis. The VIL then takes over AJL in December 2010 for about 50 lakh rupees. Now the ED says they are investigating all of this, that the IL gets control of AJL's assets allegedly worth 2,000 crore rupees. The paper is also relaunched. Takeover allegedly was without the consent of the AJL shareholders. That is why the fear looks like perhaps of the properties attached could be with regard to the Gandhis here. So from Delhi and from how the Gandhis, the Congress party leadership is under the ED crosshair,